Hi there, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how do you host and run a successful virtual summit. It's a great subject, got a lot to say about it. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. I'm coming back. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're feeling generous, subscribe to the channel. We make a load of videos aimed at you, the membership entrepreneur. So this is a really great subject, how to run a successful virtual summit. And we've run a couple of these. One's been very large for clients. And I'm also in the middle of setting up and running my own one in the next 3 to 4 months. And we get a lot of email and a lot of interest in this subject. So what are some of the key things you've got to understand? Well, there are a lot. I'm going to deal with some of the techie questions here about how you host it. Now, very similar to membership websites, there are a number of SaaS cloud-based solutions out there, or you can go the WordPress route. And there's even sub-choices in that, and I'm going to quickly try and go through them and make sense of them for you without going on a real bender and this ending up being a 30+ minute video. I've written a great article. The link will be in the supporting show notes of this video. Go over there. And if you've got any questions, it's really easy to book a free consultation with me or our crowd at WP-Tonic, and we'll be more than happy to advise you. So the number one thing is, are you going to host it on a cloud or WordPress? Number two is, are you going to use to manage the interviews? Are you going to do the interviews live, or are you going to record the sessions, which is easier and technically less stressful, but it does reduce, in my opinion, the effectiveness of the virtual summit and engagement with the audience, basically, that either go into it for free or paying or a mixture of both. There's choices there about how, if you're going to go the live route, you've got choices. There are cloud-based where you can interview people, and there'll be a screen showed up of you and the interviewee. One of the most popular one, which is browser-based, so it operates on Mac, Window, whatever you're utilizing, as long as you've got a modern browser, preferably Chrome. That's StreamYard. I use it myself. It's really, really, really good. And they have improved it quite a lot quite recently. You can use Zoom. There's 2 versions of Zoom. There's the standard, and I'm not talking about the free version, which has a 45-minute limit. I'm talking about the paid version, which is very great value. You can utilize normal Zoom to do the interview, and people can join. You can have multiple people join the Zoom room, and that can be your audience. And you can have the main interviewee, and you can do this all live in the Zoom app. There are add-on. It's called Zoom Webinar. It's $40 a month for the basic plan. That's on top of paying for the normal Zoom, which I think has different tiers, but I think if you pay yearly, it's around $150. I can't swear on that, but I think it's around that price. You can pay that monthly as well, but you don't, they cost about the same. You can't pay the add-on, which starts at $40 yearly. You can, well, I think you can pay it yearly, but you don't get any substantial discount. So you might as well pay it monthly, where with the normal Zoom, you get a decent discount, 20–25%. So you might as well just pay it yearly. Zoom, if it's what I'm going to call a micro conference, let's say between 100 and 500 people that are going to attend, plus the presenters, and you're going to host it, and you're going to have some keynote presenters, and you don't think no more than 100 to 500, Zoom can be something that you can really look at, and you can utilize it. And almost everybody, because of COVID, now has Zoom on their computer, and a lot of people are used to using it. If you're looking for anything over 100 to maybe 500 people, it probably ain't going to work for you, especially if you're going to do a free element. In a lot of the people that we've helped, they've had a mixture, it's a hybrid. They've had a 2-day live event, and then they've had a paid element, or they've had a paid workshop element, either in the second day, or if they're holding it over 3 days. Zoom probably won't work, so you're going to have to look at a cloud-based solution. And like I say, a cloud-based or WordPress. I'm probably going to do a second, because this is I can see now that this is going to be a pretty long video, and I'm really going to have to break it up into 2 sections. So I'm going to go in more depth about what are some of the leading cloud-based solutions, and if you're looking at WordPress, what are your choices there. But let's just try and cover some of the other key elements in this particular video that you've got to be aware of. The other thing is, if it's live or pre-recordings, one of the things that's going to make it going live is, are you going to, well, can be expensive if you don't, if you got to make a choice here. Are you going to utilize YouTube to, especially if it's going to be a live event, you're streaming the video, you're going to be utilizing a fair bit of bandwidth that live streaming entails. And you've got a choice. Either you're going to have to pay for that bandwidth, or you can utilize YouTube. Now, the problem with YouTube is you don't have to make it public. You can make it a private or limit the access. There's different choices in YouTube. And then you can paste the YouTube into your SaaS-based solution or onto your WordPress page or post. We recommend at WP-Tonic that you use Lifter or LearnDash. You utilize a learning management system, but you adapt it as your stage and your area for the different presenters, basically. But you got the bandwidth question. And like I say, if you decide that you're going to utilize YouTube for that and make it a private, that solves that to some degree. But then you haven't got your own branding. Everybody knows that you're utilizing YouTube. They know a lot of people are more sophisticated. A lot of these people have probably been to other live summits, live virtual events. And it just shows that, I'm going to use an unfair term here, that it's been done on the cheap. Now, what are some of the other choices that you can have here? Well, there's a company called WP-Stream. They do a nice player, and they also provide the bandwidth, and they have different plans. I'll make sure that the link's in the show notes. Vimeo have a service. Vimeo is very good, but it's expensive, especially if you're looking at larger audiences, because this is going to be really linked to the amount of people logging in and watching the video. That will increase the video bandwidth costs. And if you're looking at 1,000, 2,000, 3, 4, 5 and above, our last one that we did for a client, they were getting, it was a very large virtual event, and over the 2 days they must have had over 100,000 people, but that was an exceptionally large event. But the 2 to 3 range, that it's going to utilize a lot of bandwidth. Obviously, if you're utilizing a cloud solution, part of that solution should be bundled the bandwidth, but if you get above 500, these cloud-based solutions get really expensive as well. So understand that. The other factor is, are you going to have a chat room? Are you going to allow two-way communication during, especially if you're doing the event live? One of the reasons why you do that is to encourage participation in the live audience, and normally that is through a chat room solution. If you're utilizing YouTube, they have their own, which solves that. But if you're, for the reasons that I explained why you probably would not want to use YouTube, you'll also, it's quite strange that a lot of these video streaming services, I mentioned Vimeo and WP Stream, and there's a few others, that most of them don't provide a chat room. The reason why they don't is that utilizes a lot of bandwidth already on its own, but there's a number of independent chat room solutions. Also, the SaaS-based normally have some chat room functionality. It can be very rudimentary in my experience and not always sorted out to the level that you think it would be. So that's 2 areas. You know, you've got to have in your mind that are you going to use a web-based solution? Are you going to use a SaaS solution? Are you going to use Zoom? There are a number of choices. And then how are you going to, if there's a paid ticket element to it, or most people, even if it's free, they want people to sign up and then send, because they're trying to build up their email list. And also they need to send out a series of email to the audience as the event becomes closer to update them about who the speakers are, blah, blah, blah. So you got the element of marketing optimization, how your login system, and if it's got a paid ticket element, how you're going to take people's money. I think this is long. It's been a long video. I'm going to do a part 2 on this. I might end up having to do a part 3. There's just a lot involved in this, and I didn't want this particular videos to really go on too long. Probably have gone longer than I hoped with this one. If you found this video really, please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. You know, if you've got any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. And like I say, if you want a direct talk with me or a member of my team, we're really easy to talk to, and you can book a free half-hour consultation, and I'll be more than happy to give you some advice on this subject. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.